the years. I have recently taken place as chair alongside my co-chair, Damien, and our amazing team, which you'll meet some of us here today. But really, I think the ultimate vision and mission of Black eXp Network is to just be a place, a resource to support agents with eXp Realty to ensure that you're equipped with all the tools and resources you need to be able to support the clients that you serve, right? And so one of our biggest initiatives that we're focused on right now is closing the wealth gap. And what does that mean? It means being able to ensure that people that look like us have the knowledge. They know the importance of home ownership and what that means from a long-term perspective. And so our job as agents, we have a very important role in this, just to make sure that we have the knowledge, we have the resources, we know all the programs that are out there, not just from the initial home ownership, owning your own home, but also how do we start leveraging, different investment options and strategies. And it far extends beyond just real estate. And so that's generally what we're here for today. But we also want to have fun while we're doing it. We want to connect. We want to just continue to build the community up and have a good time while doing it.
Thank you, Rachel. Yep, like she said, we're going to have fun. So we're going to try to do this. Well, we're going to do this once a month. And not only will you have panelists that will be giving information, with today being about the Black eXp Network, you're going to be learning and different discussions as we go on moving with these masterminds in the future. With that said, feel free to open up your mic. Feel free to raise your hand. Feel free to have this as an open discussion, as this is not a lecture. This is just more so bringing insights and information to you. With that said, we will start. Rachel just pretty much introduced herself, but just a brief introduction among us all. Just going to ask a question: who are you? And Rachel may have to circle back to you for the last question. Where are you? You mentioned that you're in Houston. And then what is your biggest goal at this time? So I'll start. Who am I? I'm Benny Gray. I'm located in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm part of the Black eXp Network, I want to say for a year now, or coming up on a year. And the biggest goal for me, and is probably within the Black eXp Network, is growth. So to grow us and to bring knowledge to what we do, and we're going to get into that, we're going to tackle that, but just to inform and bring that awareness that we are here and we are a strong force. Damien, who are you? Where are you? And what is the biggest goal at this time?
All right, I'm a guy. I got notes. I just because you said that, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna remember this stuff. All right, here you go. Who am I? My name is Damian Forrester. With eXp Realty since 2016. A lot more to unravel right there. Been there, done that. I am currently in Billings, Montana. I know a lot of you guys are already scratching your head. I'll just scratch mine. I am the national coach here with Rachel Allen. And my ultimate goals is to two parts. Number one is to make sure to see those members and those members that are not a part of the Black eXp Network to thrive, survive, collaborate, educate, and advocate for each and every one of you. On top of that, my personal goal is to complete my coaching. I just finished talking to Rachel about this. Complete my coaching program to give out to help to help to provide those that are in markets like myself, where there is very little people that look like me, regardless of if you're Black, Hispanic, Asian, or whatever, and show you how to thrive. So that's a little bit about me.
Mario, who are you? Where are you? What's your biggest goal?
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mario Dove. I'm down here or over here, depending on where you are, in Virginia Beach, Virginia, the 757, the Seven Cities Market over here in Southern Virginia. I've been in real estate since 2018. I've been with eXp since, oh my goodness, 2020. I've been with Ben since 22. So it's one of those things that I kind of walked into. I loved every minute of it. I love what we're doing here. My goal for this year, my goal for us echoes, what Benny is saying, growth. A post came out the other day that we topped 100,000 agents. Go eXp, right? We're growing. We want to grow. We want to grow Ben as well. So we want to get the message out there. Tell folks where we are, what we're doing. Get them involved in the movement and get them over here to do bigger and better things in their real estate business and in the community. So that's me.
Thank you. Our fearless leader, Rachel, she has her hands in pretty much every sector within the Black eXp network. So it's going to be hard for her to narrow down her biggest goal. But Rachel, what is your biggest goal?
My biggest goal is retirement.
I saw you put
No,
up, you only have 2 more years of your license.
yeah. Well, for now, at least that's secured for the next 2 years. No, I mean, and ultimately is retirement, right? Like my biggest goal right now is to build up future leaders for this organization, to ensure that, the legacy of what this is continues to carry on. So, within Black eXp Network, it's finding those who really want to get involved, and they believe in the mission and the way that we do the things that we share. We're so much stronger together, but we need people. We need help with making sure that we can, go out and do all the things that we have set to do. And so, that's some of the biggest initiatives for this year are to um, grow to local chapters with Black eXp Network and ensure that we have very solid systems related to being able to support those local chapters so that we can build community. eXp is a cloud-based brokerage, and although that has many benefits to it, sometimes it can feel like a lonely place, but we here know better than that. I can pick up the phone and call so many people that I have met across the country, which is, I see we have less boundaries than others, but so many agents don't realize and recognize that. So we need to grow to locally. And then we also just expanding our reach through our marketing and communication efforts. That's some of our biggest. I think that covers everything, right? Did I miss anything else?
Nah, I appreciate it. Glad that you summed it up in the chat. If you can, drop your goals. Everyone that's out there, just drop what your number one goal is. And also drop where you're at. We want to see who we're talking to and where they're at because we're all on different time zones. In the meantime, something you tapped on, Rachel. So why is it important for everyone? Why is it important for Black real estate professionals to have a strong network, not only just within eXp, but within a firm? Let's start with Damien.
Who can agree with me that representation matters? Raise your hand, right? If you're not on camera, at least say, give me a thumbs up. Representation matters. Community matters. Having a strong network of like-minded professionals who understand the journey, and I got stories that I can tell you coming to Montana, starting my real estate career and business here. It was quite a climb, and to be where I'm at right now and what I want to do to show you, this is what it's all about: to celebrate our wins, to support our challenge, support through our challenges, and create powerful foundations that's going to allow us to build where we are right now so we can pull people up. Within eXp Realty, we're all owners, right? We have a strong Black community here with eXp Realty that ensures, thank you, Rachel, thank you for the whole team, that to make sure our voices are heard. Our businesses are going to grow and we are impacted in so many ways. So what's that saying? Somebody help me out. Iron sharpens iron, right? So together we are we are together. So it's all about the collaboration and representation and community.
Thank you, Damien. Mario, why is it important for Black real estate professionals to have a strong network and community within their firm?
Yeah, I'm gonna echo a lot of what Damien said, man. It's like, that whole what's the proverb, right? If you want to run fast, run alone. If you want to run far, run together. It just shows that there's power in collaboration. You hear say it a lot. Uh, collaboration over competition, right? just to be able to reach out to the man, not necessarily next door or next to me, right? Because we're virtual, but I can just hop on at any time and touch anybody that looks like me, that talks like me, that has shared experiences, shared visions, right? And have a conversation, unfiltered, safely. I can. Damien's not in my market, right? But I can call him at the drop of a dime and say, "Hey, man, I got this question," and I'm sure he'll run it through and share that information, right, freely, and not expect anything in return. And that's just, that just speaks to the culture that we've created here, or that we're creating here, that we're growing here, that we're fostering here. That anytime anyone that's in this organization or not in this organization that looks like me, right? I've come to recognize that there's it comes back to you, whatever that looks like. And in this business that we're in real estate, it's difficult for some, it's easy for others, right? But to be able to tap into other folks, you know to be able to tap into that experience that's there, right? That's just, it's golden. It's I'll take that. I'll take that all day long.
Yeah, and I agree with you too as well. The network, the resources, we're very resourceful when we're using each other, which leads me to Rachel. If you can more so talk about your output or your perspective of the community being a cloud-based firm versus if it was a traditional firm, and how important that is to have that community.
I mean, I'm going to say this and I'm going to echo what everybody else said, but at the end of the day, representation matters, and not necessarily just seeing people like you around. I think that there are power in numbers, but more than anything, when the decisions are made at the top, it's important that we are represented in those decisions. We are a part of the information that is shared. We need to be able to give perspective on how, when decisions are made, it's going to affect our communities, how it's going to affect us as agents, how it's going to affect our clients. And that's so important. We need to be at the table when there are really cool incentives that are being, that are happening, when beta testing on certain things are happening. We should be there, right? And so sometimes it's not even recognized unless we have the voice, unless we have the power, unless there are leadership at the top is saying like, hey, I want to know, we have a promotion, we have something that's coming out, we have new tools and technology. How can we best disseminate this information so that agents that look like us can receive the benefits, that can understand the tools? And to be quite honest, like we have that opportunity right now, but it's because of the things we do at Black eXp Network. It's because we show up. It's because when we have events that our agents show up and they're engaged, that we're able to get access to all of that. And so it's important that we keep this going. And it's important to get the feedback from our members. It's important to be engaged. It's important to tell us what you need, how we as an organization can best support you in your growth as an agent. I bet, raise your hand if you know that we have in-person events that are happening. Like if you could just drop it in the chat. Raise your hand if you know that we have education every month. We have what's called our tribe training, where we have the best of the best teaching all kinds of tools and like giving you resources, teaching you how to increase your production. Do you know that we have Agent Accelerator Academy going on right now, which is our equivalent of FastCap, but it's very community-based, and it's taught by leaders that look like us and work with the communities that we work with. There's so many different things. Did you know we have a Facebook? We have an Instagram. Did you know that we have several leaders at VP level, that look like us as well, that are willing to talk to you on a one-to-one basis? So it's really amazing. And again, we're just getting
Rachel, I'm
started,
sorry.
so we need
How
more.
much does this stuff cost?
Let me pull out my calculator. It's free. It's all free. It's all free.
We're talking
And it
about tens of
actually,
20 of thousands of dollars, and that you can, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Rachel, but I don't think people really understand what we have here as a community that we are giving away so you can be successful. And it's not just all about us, it's about you. So I'm sorry, I just want to make sure people know. So even with people that are not part of eXp Realty and they're using it as an agent attraction, right? That puts money in your pocket. You can talk to people about this. I wouldn't mind getting on a phone call with you at all, as long as it's scheduled, and to help you attract someone to get underneath you and learn and be part of our ecosystem. Sorry, Rachel, I had to say that. Thank you.
no, I probably needed to be quiet at this point. So next question.
I appreciate it from you too. In the meantime, shout out Cortez. I see you over there. One of our newer members, about to get things up and popping in the Bay Area, helping out with the marketing area too, right? We appreciate it. You want to come in, Chime, say a little bit, introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Cortez from the Bay Area. I went to Agent Accelerator last year, so that changed my game. It was my first time I capped since I've been an agent for 4 years. So definitely get involved. I love the tribe training. I love the community. You know, I got some deals out in Atlanta from connecting with the Black eXp network. So I got some agents helping me there. It's a beautiful thing. I'm glad everybody's here.
Cool. So next thing, because Rachel, you really touched on something. It's just showing up, engaging, being committed. And like Damien said, it's all free. So we're here pouring this and giving this information out here. So I want to know, what are some of the biggest challenges that Black agents are facing in real estate today? For me, it's just the fact of showing up. My thing is, I'm not calling anyone out, but why are we always last to the room? We need to be showing up at first. Like, we need to be actually knowing what's going on. We shouldn't have to pull people in situations where now we're last to find out. So I'll push that question on to Mario. What are some of the Black challenges? What are some of the biggest challenges that Black agents are facing in real estate today?
Yeah, I'm gonna echo what you're saying, and I keep doing that. I don't know, y'all just keep dropping gems, so and passing the mic really well. But yeah, no, in my market is a little bit different than your market. My market is a little kind of sparse, right? And some of the rooms that you enter you don't necessarily feel comfortable in, and that can be a challenge from time to time. That can be a hindrance. You try to work through those things, right? Because we're professionals. That's what we do in our business. We work through them regardless. But it's not always a warm environment. You understand what I'm saying? It's something to work through, but being the professionals that we are, we do that. We rise, we overcome, we adapt, and we figure it out. And that's part of one of the big things about being involved in this organization, right? Is like running into those people when we can make those opportunities happen, right? That think along the same lines as you, right? It can help you pull your business along, help you build their business, right? There's a lot of giving. There's a lot of giving.
Thank you, Mario. You have a question in the chat. Someone wants to know how to be a part of the Black eXp network.
Yeah.
Who we are looking for.
Question of the day. Hey, just keep on coming.
Put your information in there so they can contact you. Damien, to shift to you, not just that question. How many Black agents are there in your area?
Ever since the dawn of Black people coming to Montana, there's always been 1% population. We are still at 1% population across the state. In Billings, Montana, agent-wise, probably myself and two other agents, maybe. Across the state, I'm going to guesstimate 10 out of 5,000.
Got you. Wow.
I was the first, and thanks for asking. I'm being taking pride in this one, the first Black agent in the state of Montana and broker since 2005. That's not that long ago. All right. Right now, if you can see closely, every time I say that, I get chills, So it is something, and I'm trying to represent. I'm trying to do what I have to. There's a couple of things that I'm working on. It's called Black. It's going to be a podcast for Black businessmen and women across the state of Montana. I'll send that out in BEN pretty soon. But yeah, it's pretty dark. Well, no, it's pretty light. Get it? All right.
You motivated me. Within the last year, when you mentioned that you first started with just your name, you were kind of afraid to put your face on things.
Yes, sir.
That's the way I started out.
Yeah.
And I was doing that. I'm 5 years in. I was doing that for 4 years. And then as soon as I started putting my face out, like you said, I started getting even more business.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that was a challenge for you. What made you then say, let me get my face out there? Look, these people, what made you comfortable?
It was 3 years into the business. I was afraid because who's going to buy a business from a man no one knows that's from out of town, from the East Coast, just coming in, not knowing anybody, and seeing a black face on a sign, or it could be an Asian face, or whatever the case may be. All right. But in particularly a black face, I was afraid that no one would want to buy from me. A lot of people, and it's an insult for me, I guess, people say I sound a certain way on the telephone. And there was a time when I um, had a CMA appointment. I got to the phone, I got the door shut in my face because they didn't think who I was, right? And so after going through all that, a year or two later, I said, I don't give up. If someone's going to want to work with me for who I am, they're going to want to work for me for who I am, and I'm going to want to work with them because you know what? They have a like mind and they want to see others grow. So I decided to put my name and my face on the sign, and that year I did 27 deals a year before. I did 42 the following because people were curious in who I was, what I was, what I was all about. And it was a lot more than that too. But it changed the trajectory of my business. Because at that point I was like, who am I afraid of? I was afraid of myself. I was seeing too much about color, and I was like, hey, you know what? It isn't always about color. It's about serving, and I served.
Thank you, sir. Rachel, we see that you are constantly attracting agents, developing agents, encouraging agents, and inspiring agents. But I know that you're coming across some challenges. What are some of the biggest challenges that you're seeing among Black agents?
I think when it comes to Black agents, it's just a big part of it is mindset, like what we feel that we are able to accomplish. Because again, when it all boils down to it, representation matters. Sometimes we think that we can't do it because we don't see anybody doing it. And so that's a big part of what we want to show and represent. There are so many amazing leaders, icon agents that are out there, and we're putting them at the forefront of education and training and coaching and development. But I think outside of that, one of the biggest challenges right now is I think it was even mentioned in the comments, there's so much noise, right? And with our political climate, real estate markets are uncertain depending on where you are, but ultimately, you have to clear out the noise of what you think is possible, what you think is going to happen, because at the end of the day, like, I feel pretty confident that, like, I'll be fine in any market. We will be fine in any market. And I think it's the strength of the community where you have the support, that you have others that are going and experiencing the same things, where you can have those conversations amongst each other. That's the solution to what those challenges are.
Thank you. So let's add on to that question. In addition to us offering mentorship, we have referral networks, and Rachel touched on quite a few earlier. Starting with Rachel, how does Black eXp Network help with these challenges, or help with challenges at all? I would say, prior to you coming on, Rachel, I would say because we're here with that community, that the strength we have within the community kind of gives you that reassurance. And once you have that confidence, then you can pretty much go out and tackle anything. But Rachel, I'll leave it to you.
And I think that's really that's a great question, because, like, honestly, being in this position, being in leadership, and finding so many people, like, this is only a portion of who we have as a part of our leadership. I feel so supported by the agents that are in this this collective, and it grows even further. You know, we do have a Houston, Charlotte, and Atlanta chapter. We're starting to see more leaders emerge there. Um, I just see so much power in what we can accomplish. Michelle Burrows, she's not here. Ashley Johnson, she's not here. Terry Marie Gleaton, many of you have seen her before, but I'll say this, you know, agent attraction is something that is my retirement plan. I talk about, like, my goal is to retire. That's a big part of the plan. And I will say, as supportive as my sponsor is, my upline, there's so many things that I can tap into. It doesn't look like me necessarily, and that's okay. But I feel so like this is my family, this is my tribe, these are my people. And so just having those additional resources to be able to tap into, because again, many of, you know, attraction is attraction. You're going to attract people that have the same values as you. You're going to attract people who speak the same talk as you, who have had the same experiences. And I find that I'm able to support those agents that naturally are attracted to me in this community. And of course, like, I want to be clear, like, we're collaborative. There's a lot of, like, negative talk about DEI right now, which, you know, there's so much goodness that comes out of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that's on all sides. We are not Black only eXp. We have so many allies that will join us, learn from us, teach us. And that's really what it's about. And so, again, that's what this network is about. I don't know, did that answer the question that you asked? What are the
Can I add to
solutions?
that real quick?
I was going to ask
Yeah.
for you, I mean, if you can add to that and repeat what you placed in the chat.
You know, the biggest, I mean, outside of the challenge and like I said, challenge and opportunities, and ensure, you know, no one's left behind. But the biggest thing I feel that, well, one of the biggest things that we offer, if you're part of the organization or not, you know, pull people in, but you know, we offer belief, you know, and sometimes I really feel that it is the most powerful resource of all, that we can do it and we're not alone and we can do it together. Everyone on this phone call right now, if there's an opportunity to throw your Instagram, your social media, whatever in there. Let's join forces. Let's build our businesses together because we have that sense of belief. Okay.
I can agree with that. Mario.
Yeah. Unspoken
How has this
resource.
network, I'm sorry,
Oh,
but
my bad. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead, man.
for you, I just want to know, for you individually, how has this network helped you?
Oh, listen. So, and it kind of goes back into the answer I was going to give before, but it's the proximity, right? Um, it's the proximity to people that think like I do, have, you know, shared visions that I do, right? Have, you know, shared aspirations, right? Like, it's funny. I'm coming from the military, 24 years in the military, right? No sales experience. What I decide to do, I'm going to sell real estate, right? Coming from a tech background into this world, it was very eye opening, and I learned, you know, a lot about myself very early on, and then plugging into this network of you know, great leaders, great business people, top producers, influencers, whatever you're looking for, right? It's in this bag, and you have access to it, right? So that resource to me, you know, is invaluable.
Thank you, sir. Few questions in the chat. Do we leverage this network for agent attraction? Of course, once we show who we are, and let me backtrack. No one here has a high head and is in a certain position. Everyone here is sitting and wanting and willing to help. Like they said, we do it for free. as far as agent attraction, that is where we see the goal, because we are attracting, we're showing the camaraderie, we're showing that we're resourceful, we're attracting that community and building on the community, which is benefiting everyone.
I'm
Another,
going to put Elgin Walker on the spot right there, Elgin. He is one of the OGs of the BEN network. Elgin, you're an amazing agent attractor, and I know you've done it through BEN, through your own business. I just want to say, I want to give that man's name, put it out there, because we're going to get you to come and talk, sir. All right, about the things that you do to help people and bring business and attract agents.
When I saw
Oh,
you,
let me shout out Elgin too. Let me tell you how I leverage using Agent Attraction Black eXp Network. Elgin taught a class for a tribe training last year. I think it was like November or October or something last year, on how to work your database, working by referrals. And that video is available on our YouTube, right? So go to our YouTube, Black eXp Network on YouTube, find the video by Elgin. I literally have that link saved. So when I'm talking to new agents and they're like, how do I get business? I send it whether they're an eXp agent or not an eXp agent. And that's the value that we provide. So sorry, Elgin, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to say that.
no, that's okay. Thank you. So first of all, when I saw Damien on this call, I knew sooner or later he was gonna either shout me out or throw me under the bus. Either one, uh, we got a good relationship, so I already knew it was coming. One of the first things though that I would like to say is, as with Damien being an originator of the Black eXp network, I'd like to give all you guys a shout out to where you guys have taken it from where we started. When we started, there was only a few of us that had we had no roadmap. We had no, we all had visions. But we had nothing. But at that time, and I'm sure as all you guys know, there's been a lot of stuff that's come from then. All the way down to one eXp network. We were at the beginning of all of that. And all of that within the company. One of the things I do love about eXp is that compared to other companies that I was with, it's that at least there is a door open directly at the table, where at other places, it was cool, but you had to go around the corner. I'm not going to call out no brokerages, but it wasn't promoted. It would not have been on a website or a workplace or some of those type things. But what you guys are doing right now is phenomenal. And I think that the space that we're in and the way the market is a little bit different in certain areas is an excellent opportunity for us. And I think it's an excellent opportunity for us because unfortunately or unfortunately, we've all had to work a little bit harder sometimes than other people that don't look like us. We've all had to go through some challenges. We all walk into a room, everybody knows who and what we are, and versus in some other cultures. And I think that when there are a little bit more market challenges, I think it's built a little bit better for us. At least I know from my career, it always has been, because it's amazing how my color doesn't matter as much to other people when the problem needs to be solved, and it can't be solved by anybody. No longer can Aunt Josie sell the house. No longer can Uncle Bubba come in and just write up the contract. All of those things, when the market has a few more challenges, now all of a sudden everybody wants the best person. And, those, that might not have used us in a different time will justify to their family or friends or their whatever on why they're using Elgin this time instead of on Josie. So I think we're in a great time. I think you guys are doing some excellent stuff. I would tell you guys too, though, is that don't sleep on agent attraction. Don't sleep on agent attraction. Because obviously I'm not Brent Gold from anybody, but it is nice to once a month it's nice. I'll put it like this: my average, my average price point now is like around 750. So it's nice to at least have an additional paycheck coming in from revenue share that I didn't have to do the same thing for on a monthly basis. I'll let you
Elgin,
guys too.
we're gonna bring this back, man, because we're gonna get you on, and this is the stuff we're gonna speak on. So expect a call from me, brother, once I talk to the team leads, man, because I hear you preaching, man. Let's
I
go.
got you. I listen.
All right.
I got you, and I will apologize. I have not been as committed
Nope, nope.
sometimes as
It's
I
not
should
about
be.
that.
But
It's not about that.
but for all that though, I'm down. And if
All
somebody
right.
wants to talk or somebody, it ain't, it's not that I ain't with it. It's just that you get caught up. But I'm down. So anybody needs
All right.
something, somebody wants to talk, you guys need something as a group, I'm with it.
Cool. So we can have a seat at the table, guys. Just remember, sometimes we may have that seat at the table, but the people that are serving may not want to feed us. So we're gonna have to get together and do this together. All right. I'm sorry, Benny. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, you're good. I love it.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Elgin.
for chiming in. Like how you worded that too. In case that went over some of your heads, he said his price point $750. Imagine that 3% commission, that extra check. That is what he's saying is agent attraction check is averaging. So like I agree. Do not sleep on agent attraction. That should be in addition to your business. Not only your business, but it should be in addition to what you have going on. My next thing, Mario, did I touch in with you? I don't think so.
I don't even remember the question, bro. OG came in here and blew it up, man.
Between him, Damien, and Rachel. But I mean, no, let's go ahead and shift to this one. So, how does networking and collaboration within Black eXp Network create more opportunities for success? Which we just pretty much said agent attraction is one, and I'll chime in. I mean, we have the tribe trainings where we teach you how to list. I have some things coming on the commercial sector. We have how to buy, how to purchase, how to work CRMs, agent accelerator, but not to say too much. Mario, what would you say?
Yeah, I would go in and just say, you like, if you've made money in the bin, I'm still those dudes on NYL or EYL. If you've made money in the BEN network, put a dollar sign emoji in the chat, right? Like referrals, are being given out every day, like bushels of them in this network. I've gotten connected with so many agents from so many different places. Me being military here in Virginia Beach, I support a lot of military. I get a lot of military referrals in the BEN network, so I would have to lean into that referral piece.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would agree with that as well. Rachel, you emphasized this, that yes, we are Black eXp Network, but we're not the Black network. We are still eXp, and we collaborate with others. I mean, that was apparent during the yacht party. We probably had a great diverse of folks on that. But to go for you on that question with that in mind, how does networking and collaboration within the Black eXp Network create more opportunities for success? And before you answer, I want you to speak on when we were viewing you on one eXp and you was representation for us with the other one eXp people, other one eXp groups, and how you're representing us, and then we're bringing those collaborations in, like with Leo, and then like I said, with the other sectors within the organization, within the company.
Yeah, of course. So I'm glad you brought that up, because many of you may not know that eXp has what's called one eXp. We are one of 14 resource groups that are built around common values, cultural experiences. So to name a few, we have an eXp Latino, we have a eXp Asia, we have a eXp MilNet, which is a military network. We have eXp Pride. We have so many different opportunities to network amongst our groups, and I highly encourage that you do. One of the things that I reached out this morning to some of the other leaders in the group, because we're encouraged for collaboration. Like, how do we cross collaborate? And I reached out to the leaders of eXp Capable, which focuses on those with disabilities, as well as eXp Seniors, because there are Black people with disabilities. There are Black people that are seniors. And how do we collaborate with these groups who have access to these resources, this knowledge bank that will help to support our communities? At Win EXP, we are talking about fair housing initiatives. Like, how do we as agents make sure that we're educating our clients, our communities about what is right, what is not right, and how we, combat things that may have held us back for so long. So there's so many different opportunities, and I highly encourage you to get involved in all the groups, because people can't send referrals to anybody that they don't know. And they're not likely to send referrals to people that they don't trust. So the more that you can reach out across these state lines and make sure that you are, developing relationships, deepening relationships with agents that are literally at our fingertips through the technology we have at this company, to make sure that you're extending your networks. Houston, people move to and out of and into Houston all the time. So, if you have any Houston, let me just say it. If you have any referrals for Houston, reach out to me. I'm on Workplace. Follow me on Instagram. I am more than happy to help anyone. And I know that there are several agents here in this group in Houston as well. So drop where you're from. Make sure that you guys are making these connections. Make sure you're saving these locations, the agents associated with their markets in your phone, because how many times do you come up with somebody who's like, oh, I need to move to Montana. And I'm like, who do I know in Montana? I forgot. Well, we all know Damien is in Montana, but that might not be as easy as, like, Orlando, Florida, or Miami, or, LA. So make sure that you're making these connections and you're saving these associations. Save them in your phone, because you'll want to make sure you reach out to people within our network first.
Thank you. And to add on to that, yes, the people you know and trust, and we have fun. We know each other, we trust each other, we communicate. So instead of just going into a referral group, not telling you not to, instead of going into a referral group, you may have a closer connection within the network. So Damien, if you can touch on that before I have like one or two more questions. How does networking and collaboration within the network, within the Black EXP network?
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna make it short and well, I got so much to say. But the thing is, we just don't only exchange business cards or ideas. And I mean, we do exchange ideas. We exchange encouragement, referrals, the wisdom that even a brand new agent has, or a veteran agent like myself. So collaboration, we say, breaking down collaboration, down to the infinite level, it breeds innovation. All right. So you're not just building a business alone. You're part of a village. All right. You know what they say about the village, right? This village wants to see you win. So being a part of EXP, being part of BEN, any one of our groups, social media groups, all this synergy creates momentum, and momentum builds success. All right. So it's you want to be part of it. And so, I mean, for me, being part of BN, and like I got stories behind stories, and what this group has done for me as a family, in my business life, investments. I mean, it's been incredible. It's been an incredible journey. So plug in.
Thank you.
And
Before
can I just say one more thing on that, Benny? As you start to meet people in these different markets, whenever like you see in the referral opportunities, it pops up like, hey, I need an agent in Houston. Man, the network that I've met here, they jump in. You need to talk to Rachel, contact Rachel. And I've done the same thing across. So again, you never know who's paying attention in Workplace. If you're not fully engaged in Workplace, if you don't have the app download on your phone, I know it's going away, and we will have solutions for that. We're going to make sure that for our network, we make sure that you'll be trained on the next way to connect with the community. But until then, join Workplace and get involved and get in that thing.
which leads me, before that leads me to that, we have coming up Juneteenth. So we're not just cloud-based. We do have in-person meetups on the local chapters. I know Rachel down in Houston, the Atlanta chapter. I saw someone comment in with their events that's going on in Charlotte as well. Be on the lookout for something that's going on near you. But our big event that's coming up is Juneteenth in Atlanta. Be on the lookout for an international event. Be on the lookout for eXp Con. be a lookout. Just that's where we get and we actually have fun. Yes, we do have fun when we come on these and when we're meeting as a group and we have our masterminds or we're coming up with ideas, but we also have that in-person fun too. So let me start with, well, let me ask the question first. What is one piece of advice you give to Black real estate professionals, or any professional for that matter, looking to grow their business in this industry? I'll go first while you think on it. I would just pretty much cap on it and say be involved. Be involved, hold yourself accountable. And if you're involved with us, we can hold you accountable as well. We have accountability groups and all of that as far as where we're making sure you're up on time, you're attending your classes and things of that nature. We have mentors, but main thing, just be involved. Once you're involved, you know what's going on, you can engulf what's going on, and then you can leverage whatever you need to leverage to grow your business. So I'll start off, Mario. What is one piece of advice you give to Black real estate professionals, or real estate professionals for that matter, looking to grow their business in this industry?
Um, the simple answer is plug in, right? Plug into a resource, plug in somewhere, and get that information. Because if you've never done it before, you need a guidance. You need a guidebook. You need a list, a checklist. You need something to help you along the way. If you plug into the right resources, you'll find your way. You can find your way to that next coaching program or that style of business practice that'll help you grow that business. Right? Just find something to plug into and then use that resource. That's big. That's what I got. Yeah.
You got to tap in, right?
Yeah. Just tap in and plug in and use it.
Tap in. You have folks here willing to help you. We're looking to pull you up. So tap in. Just raise your hand and we got you. Let me go to Damien. What is one piece of advice?
Oh my gosh, I got so much. All right. Don't dim your light, you know. Shine, shine, shine. Build unapologetically. Um, Seek mentorship, stay hungry. You definitely belong in every room, and every table. So do what you have to do, get in there. Your story definitely matters. Your success matters. Understand your why, understand who your why is for, and just get at it. Seek a leader, seek a team, seek a mentor, seek a coach. Get in there and win, and don't look back. Just go. All right, I'm done.
I like that. Like he said, there's no room that you can't get in. There may be some rooms that you don't want to be in. And if those rooms do exist, then why even waste your time? The real estate should be an extension of who you are. So be yourself and then just let the real estate be an extension of that. Without me blabbering about that for another day. Rachel, what is one piece of advice that you give a real estate professional looking to grow their business in this industry?
I like what Damien said about take up space. Don't find the inner confidence, take up space. And I think you can draw on that confidence from being a part of this group and leveraging the group, especially when it comes to agent attraction. You may not know what you don't know yet, but become a professional inviter, right? That's one of the terms we use. Become a professional inviter. Share the resources that we have here that are public and accessible, but also talk about some of the things that may not be accessible unless you're an eXp agent. Y'all, get to know your resources and what eXp provides, because I think that's one of the things that we forget about. It's not constantly in your face unless you plug in, unless you tap in. And so we share as much as we can possibly share through Black eXp Network, but we have a whole solutions, it's called I think if you Google eXp Solutions or expsolutions.com, we have so many partnerships with so many different resources that can basically solve any problem that any client has. Go there, research it. No, we have educational tools. We have eXp University. Classes are unlimited. We have a fast cap. Fast cap, if you are like, what am I supposed to be doing in business right now? Go, I think fast cap just started I think it starts tomorrow. So Google it, eXp fast cap. You'll find it. All of the stuff is Googleable. And Damien, if you could share some of the links as well while you're on here. But there is no excuse. And that maybe that's the biggest advice. Take away all your excuses, because there's absolutely no excuse why you can't be successful in this business, but you have to do the work. So I guess that's it.
Thank
I
you.
have a lot more, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. Master, I see you on here. Shout out to you and shout out to everyone. To answer your question, Master, you said keep you in the loop for ATL events. Stephanie's on here, and I think a few folks from the Atlanta chapter is on here. So I'll connect you with them, and we'll keep you in the loop. But definitely just see what we're doing on the actual page within Workplace or whatever platform we are in that matter. If you are not on the email list, please drop your emails in the chat too, please. With that said, let's open up for questions. Anyone have any questions? You can either cut your mics on, raise your hand, or drop a question in the chat. Thought I saw a few. And if I can have any of my team members.
Looks like we answered everything.
It's like we answered everything. There was how to get involved, so everyone knows how to be involved. Just to keep watching, because as what was mentioned earlier, Workplace is going away, but we have other options for other platforms. Mario, you want to pretty much touch on what we can probably look forward to?
Yeah, real quick. So we're working on the tech stack to keep the community together and well informed and participating and sharing and going to events and meeting up. So we're moving. We're building out a website where general information will be available, but there will also be a join link there where you can join into that community behind another wall. But it's it's there to share that information and to keep the family together.
Question in the chat: does the network have downloadable, editable marketing and transaction resources, examples such as buyer listing presentations?
I think it's funny. We talked about that, Rachel, and it's something I think we're working on. Is that correct?
Well, so those buyer presentations, all of that is accessible via Canva. Everybody here has a has a resource called Canva Pro. It's free. There are pre-loaded templates for buyer presentation, listing presentation, social media templates, letters. Like, there's so much in there that you can utilize. You also have access to what's called a brand guide. So if you're on, I can't screen share it, but there's a brand guide. And if you click on the brand guide, you'll see an option for one eXp. All right, so maybe y'all could jot this down. One eXp will have the Black eXp Network logo on it. So anything you create, you can drop our logo into your Canva design as you create marketing materials for yourself. So if you want to brand yourself as like, hey, I'm connected to this network, this is a selling tool for you. But yeah, there's tons of videos on Canva and how it works. I'm sure that, oh, who is this doing these amazing things? Here we go. All right. So who's doing this? Maybe you can explain what you're doing.
Yep. So if I'm coming from the home, then go into the brand kits, scroll down, you have one EXP right here. And then Rachel.
You gotta scroll down. We're probably somewhere. These are all the different resource groups, but where it says show more.
Oh,
go scroll down. Show more. These are all of our resource groups. It's not in any particular order, so you just got to scroll down till you find us. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
One eXp is growing.
Man, and they have all different kinds of logos that can be used in different ways. So there we are, Black eXp Network. So we have one with color, without color, white backgrounds, black backgrounds, and different aspects of the logo. So you can always download and share it or download it and just keep it. But can you also show the different templates? Sorry. I don't know if you could just reshare and show like all the different marketing templates. So if you go to where on the left side of the screen where it says templates. Let's see, one, you can just search for templates, but are you in the eXp one? Yes.
I'm in the regular one.
I think like look at like work kits maybe. I don't know where you were.
Let me go back. I just saw it.
Or projects. Maybe it's under projects. Sorry, not templates. That's gonna be all your projects. Sorry. There it is. So letterheads, flyers, brochures, marketing, farming, note cards, listing brochures, open house flyers. Everything you need is right here. Did y'all know about that? Is this new information?
Well, I just put all the links for FAQs as well as the toolkit in the chat. Copy it up. Let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you have Canva Pro, get rid of it, because now we have Canva Enterprises, which is better than Canva Pro, and then you get all the templates in addition to being able to do your stuff. So that's the perk with having eXp. If you did not know that, please be certain to check and get that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What else?
Thank you.
Any more questions? We still got 3 minutes left.
Any questions? Thank you, Damien, for putting those in. Someone, I just saw one. How do we
Do
join?
we have a specific group that really focuses on that agent attraction like you, Rachel? I'm really focused on bringing more agents into the business and into eXp. And I'd love to really like focus on that agent attraction aspect of things here with the company.
Yeah, so there are tons. Let's see, you'll have to connect because there's links. I just have to go find them. Brent Gove is an open book for agent attraction. He is one of the top agent attractors in this company. He has, you could go to his website or Google and Brent Gove. He has events, which are, I don't know if they're still called Build, but different events that you can go to. He has open platform masterminds that you can join. You can invite people to, he will agent attract for you as well. Something I love most about eXp is like, it doesn't really matter what downline or upline you're in, we all help each other. Another recommendation I have for you is a book called Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers. And again, we have some big leaders within our group. I can drop a few names that oftentimes will have, I mean, everybody's willing to collaborate, but Terry Marie Gleaton, James Massey, Levi McDonald, Will Higgins. These are just a few names of people that I know. Eric Anderson with Black Label. These are a few that I know that are within our organization that are doing really, really big things and doing agent attraction at a high level. And again, it's about the connection, right? Like where you meet people. Terry Gleaton met through Black eXp and has taken me personally under her wing to say, like, brought me into her group chats for her own agent attraction building. And I'm building under me, but with her resources that she's openly sharing. So, you know, again, it's just about reaching out and meeting people. And again, what you do with it is what you do with it. It's not going to be guaranteed, but like, you know, when you meet, another thing is like when you meet certain people, you can tap into them, leverage them and say like, hey, do you mind having a call with me in this prospect? Because I just want to show you what we do. And I want you to talk to the people that are part of this organization and willing to pour into you.
I just want to add, someone mentioned already too, that there is, every state has a growth team or a region. And so you can
That
always
too.
contact your broker to speak, because these agents, I mean, these these growth team members, I mean, once you reach out to them, they're always with you to help you and assist you with three-way calls, giving you advice and helping you and supporting you. So reach out to your state broker and ask them who that growth team member is within your state or region. Also, I'm going to just flip this a little bit. I know someone mentioned about if there was a chapter somewhere, reach out to Rachel and myself, and let's get the conversation started.
Yeah. Also, there's a resource toolkit, agent attraction toolkit. I don't know. I don't have that link accessible right now, but maybe it's something that we can drop in Workplace. Does anybody have the resource toolkit for agent attraction handy?
Not handy.
It's a whole website that has all the resources that you need, but we can get that out to everyone. Maybe we could do it via email. I don't know. What's the best way to do that?
Great. Thank you guys for that. It's a lot of information. Thank you.
Trying to see if I can find it, but yes, we'll drop it in
I
Workplace.
think I just placed it there, the toolkit for growth.
There
Okay,
it
great.
is. Yep.
Oh, yeah, drop it in the
Thank you.
chat for us. All right. Well, thank you to our panelists for coming. If you can clap, wave, just show some kind of gesture, thanking them for their time because they are busy. We appreciate it. Agent attraction wise, that was last month. That was our first mastermind last month. Check that out on YouTube. Mario, that's on YouTube as Black eXp Network Agent Attraction, correct? Mastermind.
You'll see the thumbnail, the thumbnail. It's
Yeah,
got your
click
big
one of
beautiful
those
face on it.
words and you'll be able to find that. So those names that Rachel were mentioning, they were on that panel last month. So check that out if you were not in attendance last month. And this one will be on YouTube as well. Jocelyn has a question. Go ahead, Jocelyn.
Hey, good morning. I'm Jocelyn, and I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I drop a question in the chat about how to become a member of the Black eXp Network. I'm not sure that I heard an answer to that question.
Yeah, if you find us on Workplace,
Mhm.
once you join us in on Workplace, we'll loop you into everything that we got going on.
Okay. All right. And I probably will reach out to a lot of you because my business need that support.
Anytime, man. We're here.
Thank you. You're a Queen City brother of mine. I'm down here with you in Charlotte.
All right.
Cool. With that said, everyone have a terrific weekend. You know where to find us. Like I said, be involved. If you got any questions, reach out. We're going to reach back out and let's pull one another up. Y'all have a good day.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just added you, Jocelyn.
All right.